Carina Gardner is here today to show us how to make this children's reversible blouse. Welcome, Carina.
Thanks for having me, Cindy.
Now, I love this fabric line, Paris & Company, and I think this is such a great idea, especially for a beginner sewer, this reversible blouse. What was your inspiration behind Paris & Company?
Paris & Company I did originally for paper, for my mind's eye. So my husband's born in Nice, France. I love everything French. I don't know anybody who doesn't.
Love Paris, too.
Paris is just a lovely place. So I love the colors in this line. I was inspired by, all the great things going on in France. So anyway, I was thrilled when we did this in fabric.
And this looks like a great project for a beginner sewist.
It is absolutely meant for someone who is scared of zippers and buttons, and this is meant to be easy and fast and just give you some temporary satisfaction for making a children's outfit really quickly. So
show me how you get started.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is download the pattern. So this is all on 8.5 by 11 sheets, and you're just going to cut it out.
Copy it at home and
tape it right up, and you'll be able to download it from the Riley Blake site. So we are going to be doing the blouse today, so I'm just going to fold this like this, and you can see we're doing the extra small version.
And you have up to the extra large.
Exactly. An extra small does 2T to 3T, extra large 8. So that's a nice range from toddler to young child.
You could make a couple for sisters.
Well, that's why we cover those sizes, because my 8-year-old and my almost 5-year-old want matching things all the time.
That's fun.
So just quickly cutting layout. This is meant to be so easy and so fast. So you cut it on the fold here on your yardage, and then you just place it a second time right here on the side and cut it.
You've got your grain marks.
Exactly.
And this is at 3/4 yard.
Mm-hmm. That's what you need for the blouse, and 1 yard for the long dress. And
for the outside, and then you need another.
You need another for the lining. Now, the great thing about this outfit is because it's reversible, you can use, and I've got here 2 different sets, a fun fabric for the second fabric instead of a lining.
Of course, you don't want to use the same fabric.
Exactly.
Another option.
It's just fun. Kids love it, and maybe mommy chooses the outside and the kid chooses the inside, and they can switch it out if they want. So this is the one we did on the fold. You can see what that looks like. And then the second 2 pieces that we cut out, you can see where we would have cut it on the fabric. Once you open it up, would make the back of the blouse. Okay, so all we need to do is sew right along that edge right here. It's a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and so once we sew along that edge, and I have an example here for us if you want to put these linings over here, and you can see I've just sewn right along that edge, and now when we open it up, it should look
just at a 1/2 inch.
Just a 1/2 inch
seam allowance.
And that makes it just so that we have a back that matches our front. So easy peasy. And I would just press, make sure, and iron right along that edge. So this is the next step, which is you're just going to place the 2 pieces right sides together, wrong sides out, and sew along the sides. And once again, 1/2 inch seam allowance. You can see if we turn this around, there's the back seam, and you've just sewn along the edge. So that basically all you have to worry about left is the neckline and the hem. So that's really great. And if you want to turn that out and take a look at what that looks like, and I'll pull in the lining here. So you can see I've done the same thing with the lining, and it's just turned inside out. We did the sewn edge along the back and both sides, and you can see
the tops.
Yep. And so now what we need to do is just place. We're actually going to turn this one back right side, wrong side out, and we're going to put this one inside of this one and pin the neckline.
Make sure we've got the top piece. Top piece there.
Oh, here we go. This is the top piece right here, and we're just going. I'm going to take this, put it right down the middle, and then lay it out. And then what you're going to want to do is just match up all your seams. So Cindy's doing this actually on this side. There you go. And we would just pin it into place. And I would pin all the way around the neckline. I would just pin, especially if you haven't done this before, I think it's really great. Just pin it along this neckline, along the straps, and you can see it's just one continuous stitch. So you're just going to sew all the way around, and you'll get your entire neckline and straps from that. So. Now, and I have one here that we have already turned right side out. So we're just going to turn that right side out from that, and then I've pressed it, and that's really going to help. And you can see that it looks really beautiful on the inside as well. So then you're just going to want to top stitch it into place. So once you've pinned it,
finished.
Now, one thing I will say is that you do need to grab a pin and just kind of pick these corners out, because they are going to be sunk in a little when you turn it out. So I just take a pin and just pull those fabric pieces out. And once you've top stitched this, then you need to hem it. So usually when we hem, we fold it over 2 times, and we just sew along the edge. Well, because this is reversible and we don't want any raw edges down here at the bottom, the best thing to do is to just turn in the fabric from the outside and turn in the fabric from the lining. And when you put those 2 things together and you pin it, you get a nice edge on both sides. And that way it's truly...
Make sure you roll it up even, so you get an even bottom.
And that's why it's best to pin it first, so you can see that you're even. Nice. So that is the basic piece, and I think anyone could do it as long as you can sew a straight line. So the great part is you probably want an embellishment, right?
Yes.
To make it fun.
Because all little girls love ruffles, right?
Yes. My little girls love ruffles. That's why you see them on all my sewing patterns. So this is a ruffle that is reversible as well. And you can see that we've just doubled it over, and we do have yardage for this kind of ruffle in the instructions. And I've just folded it over like the hem I just showed you. And that way when you turn it inside out, and you can turn it inside out while I pull this over, you can see that you get a totally different outfit, whatever the mood of the little girl is that day.
Yes, and you just got a little splash of color
coming in from the inside of those ties. This is the second one that we did, and we have yardage again for this. This is if you download and do the pattern F, this is just a flat piece, but you can see you can now use 4 different fabrics. If you are going to add something like the Felicity flower, which is downloadable also off my blog, I would recommend putting it on a safety pin, because that way you can take it off and turn it inside out, and you won't have a scratchy flower on the inside, because I don't think
you can move it around.
Yeah.
You can put it in the middle or
down at the bottom. So, and that's fun. And it's fun options for your little girl. You could even, actually, I think it would be really fun to put it on a headband. You could just put it on a piece of extra fabric you had and put it right on there. So the other thing that we have is the dress version. And with these are not reversible because we have a double layer of ruffles, and it would be really, really hard to wear that.
So the lining you just left.
The lining I put the second ruffle on, and the top layer a shorter ruffle. But I still like a really great lining, and you can see on this one, because this one's not reversible because we put this fun little thing on the front. But you can see, you still see it. I think it's kind of fun. There's also the sash option, which is fun because you can do it with the bow in the back.
And doesn't that just finish that off?
So.
Makes a nice waistline.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very fun.
Well, Carina is a great pattern maker, and she's given us a great option for a new sewer if you want to get started on a project. Love this reversible blouse, and thanks for coming by today, Carina.
Thanks for having me, Cindy.